Make it stop. Make it stop. I want to sleep. Seriously, thought it was done. Thought it was done. It may still be done. I don't know. I don't know. And I went to sleep last night. Peaceful. All was well with the world. I was locked in. Wake up. Brandthwaite's injured. How does that affect Everton defence? Well, badly, I think. Badly, I think, it'll be the world. But hello. I don't know if I can see this little fella. He gives me comfort. There you go. That's right. My stress dog. Yeah, Brandthwaite's injured. Hammy. No idea how long that's for. A couple of weeks, maybe. Could push you a couple of weeks. But it does affect that Everton defence. Talk about that in a second. Rodgers could be all right. Looks like he's trained on grass, and Rodgers has got a bit of the Brunos about him. You know, if he can put a pair of boots on, he'll play. Johnson didn't start. You know, have I got that egg on my face already, and the bloody weekend hasn't even begun? So yeah, sadly, I do feel like Johnson is now a minute's risk. And initially, I thought, that'll be just a tactical thing playing PSG. But the more I sort of looked at it, the way Spurs played without him, playing with wing backs, Porro was playing as a wing back. Kudos started. Johnson didn't. Johnson's a minute's risk. There's no other way of looking at it. What do? I don't know. I've got some ideas, but they're just ideas at the moment. Let's have a look at the team as it was. I thought I'd said goodbye to you all yesterday until next week, but no. Back in a little bit of draft land here. Now I could just stay the way I am. Let's get her out there. Let's get it out there. Here's where we were. This was the locked in team. Let's get to, sorry, we're going to get the other way there. I need all space. There we go. Let's make that a bit bigger. Let's make me a bit smaller. Let's pop you down there. Yeah, league code there. Shut off. Deadline. Anyone else wants to join? Time is ticking. So yeah, if you want to join the league, won't talk about it. Prizes, things, prizes galore for everyone. Join the league. Have some fun. There's the team as I had it in locked in yesterday. But I've got multiple decisions to make. One decision, if it was just Johnson, there's a few options there, and I guess in that sort of 7 million-ish region that I could look at. But let's start from the top here, where my doubts are and where there may be changes. I have revised my draft a little bit. Again, just a word: if you're not happy with your teams at all, get something up there that you're happy with. There have been problems on the site, I've noted, when I've tried to go in and do little things over the last few days. Do not leave it till the last minute to make your changes, or you could get caught out. So if you do have any changes in mind and you're not 100% happy with what you got up, do make those changes now. Because I've just got a funny feeling the site's going to crash right on deadline. Seems to be a few problems there at the moment as it's getting busier and busier. Coming to deadline. Right, Sanchez, yes, sticking with Sanchez. Milenkovic. There could be a knock-on effect on here if I decide to do something with Tarkowski. Remember, I talk about I want these 90-minute players in the ideal world. And so my brain is really is ticking at the moment. Do I look to just try and find a way to get up to Bruno Fernandes? Getting up to Bruno Fernandes would have really good effect. Somehow if I could get from Johnson to Bruno. Now I have actually worked out a way that I can do it. Am I happy with it? To a degree. It makes me happy in one way, but I'm letting go of other things that I love on the other. It would mean Porro does come down to Van de Ven. It will bring Milenkovic would come down to Nico Williams, and Tarkowski, which is the one that worries me. My value in Tarkowski was as much that Everton defence as much as Tarkowski's bonus point potential and attacking threat. Now, I think we lose a little bit of both there if If suddenly we have lost Branthwaite, which we have, and you've got Keane. Keane's not a great defender in all honesty, and we saw that a little bit. I think when Keane had to come in last year, that Everton started conceding a few. So we moved from a Tarkowski, and I don't think Leeds are going to be mugs at home. I think against a slightly weaker Everton defence, I fancy Leeds to get a goal at Elland Road. They're going to be pumped. If we lose a fair chunk of that clean sheet Everton potential, not just for this match, but other matches going forward. So maybe I might as well just bring him down to an O'Brien, maybe an Anderson at Fulham, who actually would probably have the same sort of ceiling, and it'd be 4.5. That's what I've got in this little mini draft I'm playing with at the moment. I've actually now got a black iron of Nico Williams, Anderson, and Van de Ven, as opposed to Milenkovic, Tarkowski, and Porro. It's not as good. Van de Ven was superb yesterday, getting his goal line clearance as well. He'd have been the bonus points monster actually. He did really well, and with that goal, yeah, he'd clearly been in. Maybe got 2 or 3 bonus points as well out of that match. So it would have been nice little haul, even despite conceding the 2 goals, the 2 late goals. But Tarkowski's ceiling, in my opinion, has come down a wee bit now that I don't see Everton probably keeping as many clean sheets. Still a decent asset, but he's 5.5. I think in the short term, maybe Anderson is it good, or even just say sorry, just bring in O'Brien. So still have a piece of the Everton defence, but one that's probably just going to get about the same points as Tarkowski anyways. That's another possibility. Just bring in O'Brien. Have a think about that one. Okay, what does that allow me? Okay, where does that leave me? Johnson is now a minute's risk, and I will have to. Reniers is a minute's risk, and Johnson is a minute's risk. I've got João Pedro, who we know is not going to play 90 minutes. So I've got 3. And would it be the terrible shock if we suddenly found that João Pedro didn't start, and Deliba and what's his name? Fuck me, Delap started. It wouldn't shock the hell out of me. I find it very unlikely, but it wouldn't shock me if it happened. There's always surprises. So I just feel as though I've got some big minutes risks there now, or not necessarily. I still think Johnson will start, but I am not confident that he will start. I was confident yesterday. I am not confident now. Am I confident that João Pedro will start? Yeah, fairly confident, but I'm not 100% confident. And I'm certainly not confident that Reniers is going to start. Reniers. So it leaves me with a dilemma. And as I said, you want pretty much guaranteed starters. So that's what I've got at the moment. That is the team. I'm playing with this draft. Sorry, I've got it on the screen. I've just been literally tacking this in the phone. I'm not convinced by it, but Williams, yeah, I'm happy enough with that. I'm happy enough with Nico Williams. Not overly happy with Anderson, but Fulham did have pretty good expected goals against data last year, but they didn't keep that many clean sheets. But Anderson will be a little bonus points monster. There's a pretty good chance there against, I don't think, a fully functioning Brighton that we get a little 4-pointer out of him. And you never know, he might keep the clean sheet. And then Van de Ven, to me, even though I know Van de Ven was magnificent yesterday, I still would prefer Porro. But maybe I just have to sacrifice a bit at the back to do some things in midfield that frankly do make me, and up front, that do make me quite happy. And we'll get to that now. If I do that at the back, and as I say, we'll monitor over the next few game weeks what is actually happening and plan for my. And I'm probably leaning back, maybe potentially select game week 4 wild card, because it is a great chance to have a full 2 weeks to play with the wild card and get out of price drops and gain price rises and build up that squad value, which will help no end in the coming weeks. So I'm sort of maybe potentially leaning back towards that wild card 4. We'll see. We'll see. Story for another day. That is not today's problem. Today's problem is my game week 1 team. But Williams, Anderson, Van de Ven. It's not the end of the world. And there's some decent clean sheet odds in there, and maybe a chance of an attacking return or 2. It is not as good as what I have at the moment, But here's what it allows me to do. Bert's, Hammer. A5 million, potentially Dewsbury Hall, maybe Sarah at Tottenham. Okay, a little bit weak on that one. Bruno Fernandes. Now, what I did with Bruno Fernandes is, there is always that chance of the attacking return getting a penalty, but he is going to be a bonus points monster. He's a guaranteed starter. It also means that I've already got my double of United with Dorgu on the bench for game week 3. So it's going to save me a transfer. I might be able to roll a transfer, or I might be able to, in 3, a roll transfer would be really valuable, to be honest with you. Or I might actually even look at a United triple up against Burnley, particularly if I am wildcarding in 4. And yeah, just bringing another United asset, whether that is a Cunha, an Mbemwa, or a Sesko, who I think could make some hay against Burnley. He's a powerful lad. Again, story for another day, but it does open up that possibility. And of course, Salah with the captain's armband. Then up front, I have to say, if I do go this path, then I have got Watkins and João Pedro. Don't hate it. Don't love the Dewsbury Hall thing, but he has actually looked pretty good, and he's actually getting certainly been playing a major part in the Everton pre-season. Looks like he's a banker starter. Looks like he should pick up some bonus points, or have a decent chance of some bonus points. And there is actually a reasonable attacking threat there. And you never know, might pick up a clean sheet point as well. It could be a safe little 5-pointer, which is enabling a whole bunch of other things. I don't love it. But here's the thing. Do any of us actually love the play teams we're going out with at the moment? In this game week 1, there are more questions than answers. There are so many players. We cannot have everyone. And I think it's sort of a question of getting out something that you're 80% happy with, because there's no way any of us are going to be 100% happy. And I can see that as I look at other content providers, looking at teams on social media, some of the sites I belong to, whatever social media sites, and seeing teams getting posted up, and I look at them, ooh, that scares me. But then I look at my own team, my own bloody team would scare me if I was going up against it, when I see how stacked that midfield and forward line is. There's no right answers at the moment. I think it's just got to make a decision. I may just stick with this as you see on the screen right now. But the lack of guaranteed starters goes against my whole narrative that I've probably been talking about most of pre-season. There's a lot of minute risks in there now. I didn't think Johnson was going to be a minute's risk. He is. It hurts me to say it, but he is, and I could end up with egg on my face in a different way now if I take him out and he suddenly does go large. If he comes on for the last 30. Oh, the other thing, of course, that came in, bloody Solanke, of course, he did get 20 minutes. Would I love to bring in Solanke? Yes, I would. Am I going to bring in Solanke? No, I am not. So, what am I going to do? Take care, folks. Have fun. Play your own game. Don't panic. See you soon. Bye-bye.